Hey guys, this is my final project for instrument and production. The instrument that I didn't know how to play over these last 7 weeks was the drums, and unfortunately I don't have a drum kit I can use to practice or to play on, so I'm just gonna make this little video explaining kind of what the different members of a band should know how to do and should be able to practice at home when coming to a worship setting. So I'm actually going to start with the drummer because they are kind of like the foundation of the band. They really establish the dynamics, they establish the tempo and the rhythm, and they kind of really move along the song. So I just said that the drummer should be able to play to a click and practice with the click at home. They should be able to stay on the beat and especially while they're like practicing at home and doing rudiments and things like that to really grow their craft. They should be able to play with a click effectively and consistently. They should be able to listen to songs and to pick out the drum parts that the worship leader might send to them and be able to replicate them. And then within those parts, they should be able to practice and experiment with dynamic changes within the grooves that they're given. So maybe just hitting the snare a little differently or hitting a cymbal a little differently to grow the song or shrink back down the song as the moment needs and as the worship leader kind of directs. Next, I'm going to talk about the bass because they kind of are connected to the drums as the foundation of the worship band. So the bass player should also be able to play to the click. They should be able to be locked in with the kick drum pattern that the drummer is playing so that they really create a stable foundation for the rest of the band members, like the keys, acoustic, electric, and the vocalist, to really grow upon. When the kick and the bass are connected, it makes the team feel really confident in what they're doing. A bass player should also be able to, as they're setting up, put the mic on their amp in the right position that gives them the sound that they're looking for to create the best tone so that they can mix in with the rest of the band and really suit the band's needs and not something that just sounds cool. They should also be able to know how to connect all their pedals and like get power to their amps and things like that to be able to set up before a set or like a gig happens. They should also be able to practice two-finger technique so that both of their fingers are just as strong as the other, and they can consistently hit with the same intensity as they're going. And then for the left hand, they should be able to practice like scales or like the spider technique that Adam Kaiser and Matt Ogden were talking about in our videos. And this can be found on Worship U. So next I'm going to talk about the acoustic player. The acoustic guitar should also be able to play to a click. Everyone in the band should. I'm just going to keep saying it. They should be able to play to a click. And I think something really important is that they should be able to play using a capo to find the right inversion that suits the mix, that suits the tone of the guitar that they're looking for, and that can really create atmospheric and like suitable parts for spontaneous moments or for down moments or even for loud moments if they're able to really, if a high register is needed to help them pop in the band and really contribute something, then they should be able to, if you're in the key of A, to find a good capo position to play chords that they know how to do and they're comfortable with that contribute to a good sound. They should be able to use dynamic range, going from like picking to strumming to different strumming patterns to contribute to the growth and decay of a song. And they should also be able to play in multiple keys without needing and like relying on the capo to change that for them, which I know is something that I need to work on in my acoustic playing personally. So yeah. The next I'm going to talk about is a keys player or piano player, whichever one you have, or both. They should also be able to play to a click and use, I think most importantly, use different inversions of chords to help suit the moment and really help accent the melody line that the vocalists are doing. If you're able to put different notes in the root of your chord that the melody is hitting on, it really helps accent different parts of the melody and can help pop that part and really strengthen that part that the vocalist is singing. I think that learning and knowing how to play different melody lines for different songs that have them and for different spontaneous moments or even prophetic moments that that maybe your worship leader loves singing along with a melodic line from the piano. You should be able to know how to create something that is simple and nice and repeatable. Hopefully that's easy to play, that you can help the band latch onto in a moment that really could need it. I think that those things are a really valuable tool to pull out when you can. And then finally, an electric guitar player, should, like all the members of the band, should be able to play to a click and come to practice already knowing their parts, be able to pick out their parts from the song that is given to them. For electric, it'd be like, if they're the lead electric, like a rhythm, a riff, or like a lick, or whatever you want to call it. And then the rhythm guitar should be able to know kind of like what tone to use to fill out the rest of the space. The lead should also know how to create a good tone that doesn't distract from the moment or the song or the words, but adds energy and can really create dynamic lift when it's needed, when you're going in like a really powerful and high moment. I think it's really important for the electric, specifically because it can be such a central part and a loud part of the band, but also for all members, to really create tones and parts that fit in with the setup that you have and the songs that you're doing, rather than just things that sound really cool. And especially, like, I know it's hard for me if I create something for the keys that it sounds really good when I'm practicing it at home and I'm creating it and I'm making tracks. But if I go to the band on a Sunday or on a Thursday night when we practice and it doesn't fit in, I should be able to change it or take it away, to help suit the needs of the band the best and help to really create an atmosphere that people are able to latch onto and are able to really worship well and non-distractedly too. Yeah. And we didn't learn about this, but the worship leader should also come to practice knowing their melodies, knowing the rhythms, knowing the different sections of the song, and should come to practice and on Sunday knowing how they want the song to go. If they have a different idea or feeling, or even if they have a different way that they want the parts to go, like if they want to start with the chorus instead of the verse, then they should be prepared with that to really instruct the band well and lead the way. So yeah, thank you so much for listening.